Alright, I'm sorry it's taken this long to actually make this video. I know a lot of other people wait for this. This is my first year in doing this, and it is saying my top 10 Jordans slash just shoes that released in 2021. So I thought long and hard with Keanu for this, well really 20 minutes. To say, my choices are a lot different. You won't see fragment ones first or something like that. Like they are in here, but still you won't see my opinions on shoes are completely different to other people sometimes. And I've even got a pair of Air Max in here, so you know I'm not saying in hype. I have a little bit of hype on these shoes, but once you see number one, you'll be like, what? Because my number one's basically like a top 30 for some people. So just wait and see. Try have your guess. Comment down below on what you reckon, because it would be pretty hard to actually guess my number one. All I'll say is I know a lot of people like really don't like this shoe, but for me it just says my name on it basically. As soon as I got handed to me, it was like it was professionally made for me, just because of how, no, I won't say any more, because if I say any more, a lot of my friends who are watching this will actually know. But anyway, we'll get straight into it. Alright, so I promise this is the last thing I say before we actually get into it. So how I'm going to do this is I'm going to say the number, then I'm going to say some story about it, and I want you guys at home to actually try and guess what it is if you know. So I'm just going to say a little bit of, oh, it's very hyped, without saying it properly what it is, and just a little bit of fun and games. But I'll basically cut it down to a minute each one. So number 10 for me, it's a very big shoe that I've basically seen everywhere. It's a very unique colorway that people wouldn't normally go for, and I'm not really driven to it too much. Maybe because so many people have it, and just I've got so many pairs of shoes of this color. But if you haven't guessed already, it's the Lightning 4. I know a lot of people love this. The quality's pretty good on it. I like the colors. I really like it here. I don't really like the jump band at the back. I like the Nike Air. I don't know too much about it if there was a Nike Air back in the 2006 version. Because if you know, this shoe actually released back in 2006. And this is the new one, re-released, retroed in 2021. It's a great shoe, and I'm glad to see an actual yellow shoe getting the hype that it deserves. On to number 9. Alright, and now for number 9. I'd give this a shoe that at the start of the year, everybody was like, do I like this? It released in 4 different colorways. It's a collab, a very good, well-known collaboration. It's not like something new, like I'm a Mia-ish, but it's a shoe. When I first saw it, I'm like, what the heck is this? There's some good colorways, there's some bad colorways. A lot of different people like different traits about all this. A lot of different kind of materials used in this, but I'd give this shoe my number 9 because there's actually 2 colorways that I'll just combine them into 2, if that's alright, for number 9, is the Union 4. So I'll pop up 2 pictures of them right now. Pop. Stood out to me. I think I originally liked the black pair the most, but as it kind of grew on me, I'd sway to more of like, if you call it the guava or something, the whiter version. When I was doing at the start of the year, well, August I mean, when I was doing like those little shorts where I'd say, oh, this is your birthday month sneaker and all that, I saw a picture of these. I'm like, you know what, that's actually not bad. I think the orange laces, I believe, that's in there really pop it with it. And actually no, and actually on the back, the Nike Air on that just stood out for me. The nice Volt Red and blue, if you want to call it Volt Red. But I believe that's my number 9, and if they're a little bit lower in price, I believe they would be in my collection. On to number 8. So for number 8 for me, I would give this shoe, it's a shoe that Keanu, that's his favourite shoe. Back at the start of the year, if you didn't know, Keanu didn't really know too much about Jordans and all this. You just thought of him, Michael Jordan, you know, what every normal people just thinks of. But I introduced him into the sneakerhead culture, if you want to call it that, and now he loves them. This was the first shoe that kind of graduated to his kind of likings. And when we hit in store, I picked up the Obsidians, he picked up these. His shoe, man. Like, hopefully, you know, once the boy starts getting paid, you know, you'd love to surprise him with it. Keanu's watching this, pretend you didn't hear this, but we'd love to do that for him. So if you haven't subscribed up, because I'd love to get that for him. But anyway, I believe this shoe, like, it's not one of my favorites, but like, as seeing it so much, this shoe is just basically grown on to me, you know. The blue, how can you just not go on for green? Like, you ask people in primary school, what's your favorite color? They don't say green. Well, they do say green, they do say red, but they say blue half the time. This blue shoe, it just grows on you. How can you not like the color blue? I really like the kind of satin, if you want to call it. Kind of reminds me of the Travis Scott John 1 Mocha, the material on the back. Also, my boy Chance Dubnyk, he's not really my boy yet because he's a little bit up there, but I like to call him my boy. Still waiting for that far way back, but was basically what I saw him have them first, and that's what made me really like them as well, because I thought of the UNC one being Chance's like shoe that just, when you thought of him, that was the sneaker you thought. And just over time, you just saw it so much, I guess because it was released early in the year. People always had it because like, oh, first Jordan of the year, let's get it, you know, start off the year with a new pair of shoes. But I just saw this shoe so much, no one really hated on this. It was just like a shoe, like, yeah, this is a good shoe, and it stood out because it was all one color, well, three colors, blue, white, and black. And it was just a good looking shoe. Like, how can you just not like a blue shoe? For everybody, and sadly, it's too far up, so please help your boy out. Let's get that shoe for Keanu. But anyway, on to number 7. Alright, so we're back here again. Alright, so for number 7, this shoe I really enjoyed, and a funny damn story about this. You guys probably won't know this. I might have said it once or twice in shorts that I've made. Go subscribe, they're pretty cool if you ask me. But anyway, this was my first ever shoe encounter with an L on the Nike sneakers app. I've only basically really risen up to the Jordans this year. I had a real love for Air Maxes, you know, Ultra Boost, like the normal kind of shoes. But this year, I started watching more sneaker YouTubers, started the YouTube, started to basically breed into the Jordan wave that everybody's on now. But I would say this shoe was my first ever entry on the Nike sneakers app. It was about August, started on the YouTube channel, and this shoe, I just went for it for a reselling kind of way, you know, a little bit of investment. You're like, damn, you know what, I could actually make some money on this. But this shoe, number 7, great colorway, Jordan 1 Low Starfish. This shoe I see rising up to at least $400 by the end of the year. Might even, yeah, it's nearly actually at that. They're at about 350. This is AUD if you're wondering. Well, the Americans like, what the heck are you talking about? But for that shoe, because I really actually do like that. A lot of people are probably thinking, you know, it's an orange shoe, but for me, I reckon it stands out. And a lot of my love creators that I like Bawadis, Gigamus, Kai Soma, they all have it. And that's just an even bigger want for them, because I'm like, you know what, these people have this shoe. But I reckon this shoe will go up, looks good, quality, pretty good I'd say, nice buttery. But the colours, I reckon, perfect for anybody who likes orange, you know. Orange, Idris, my boy, this one's for you. But on to number 6. Alright, so now we're on to number 6, and I'm glad, proud, thankful to say I've actually got this shoe. I think it's this one. Alright, and remember when I said this is an Air Max shoe? It's an Air Max shoe. So you know your boy has a lot of Air Maxes, gets a lot of hate on them, but Air Maxes, you like what you like, you know, it is what it is. But yeah, Air Max just said it. Alright, yep, here we go. Air Max Evo is just a quality shoe to me. This shoe, if you didn't know already, actually has, I think, about 10 different Air Max shoes curated into this shoe. So I reckon that was really creative, because I saw these retail $310. I'm like, just back of me getting like 4 pairs in like 1 month, I think it was. And I'm like, that was big for me, you know, big baller brand. But I was just thinking, I'm like, yeah, I need to settle down. 310 for an Air Max shoe, I don't know. And that was retail too. I don't really like the Air Maxes. Like, some people do, some people don't. I love them. It's a funny backstory. I'm like, what the heck is this? Who would want this? It looks like big clonkers, you know? Big clogs, I mean. But I grew to love this, and I reckon once I saw this colorway, I love a black shoe with a little bit of color. I don't really like a full black shoe too much because it doesn't show you creativity on it. But with this, when you see this, I just thought it was absolutely dope. And I was waiting for it to go down because I'm like, your boy spent quite a bit of money on shoes this month. And thankfully, I was showing my mum this, and I'm like, you know what? I haven't checked in a couple of days on the prices on Culture Kings. They hooked them up, you know. $220 for this. I thought it was an absolute steal, seeing so much of my loved Air Max shoes in here. Some I didn't even know existed. Like, you've got the Vape Max 2020 down here. Like a shoe it's alright. I know a lot of Aussies around me like it, but the TN little bit support thing back here. Like the Air Max 93. And I actually can't remember anymore, but it's really cool. It came with a booklet. It actually came with this box, which is absolutely... Oh, this box is so cool. It's got a pull-out bit as well. I thought that was awesome. And I reckon the name is really cool too, to talk about the shoe, Air Max Evolution. But I reckon the shoe is absolutely dope. The colorway is awesome. And just the fact that they put so many Air Max shoes in here, that's just the most sickest thing. But the retail a bit much, but I guess I see where they're going, putting all the Air Max shoes in here. I guess you could say that, but it's a great shoe. On to number 5. Alright, so now for number 5. This is, you know how I was talking about how Keanu, his first shoe was the UNC 1 that he really fell in love with for Jordans. For this one, For me, this was basically, there was two of them. And this shoe really made me really like the Jordans. Made me basically move into the Jordan phase. So this shoe I thought was absolutely awesome. I never really liked Jordans too much before this, but I don't know when they were released, but it's a shoe that kind of basically came as a two-pack, like a twin pack of Twix. But it is the UNC4, if you're University Blue 4. I reckon the shoe is absolutely awesome. I don't have too much to say about it, but I reckon the blue really stood out to me. I reckon there's little bits of craftsmanship on it, on the actual Jordan 4 shoe. I reckon I could say Jordan 4 is nearly my favorite Jordan brand actual model, or Jordan model. And I reckon the colorway, like I said before, how can you just not like a Jordan blue shoe, or a blue shoe? And I just saw this and I saw the little bit of like 23 logo thing on the tongue, pop it up, and just so many little aspects of the shoe that kind of just basically felt like a story to me. Like you open a book on a different page, you looked at it a different way and it looked so different each time. I reckon that was awesome. Like a shoe that's so plain, like just an all black, like you can still see it, but like with this, I saw it, I'm like, you know what, it just looks like a completely different shoe every angle you look at it. I know it's obviously still the Jordan 4 blue and University Blue, but for me, it just looked nice and looked different each time you saw it. And I believe that shoe really stood out to me, and it's a shoe I wanted. I know a lot of people really like this shoe as well. It's very popular. No hate on these. As you can say, how can you not like a University Blue Jordan? But I see this shoe going up a fair bit in the next coming years, but staying at the moment. So, on to number 4. Alright, so now we're moving on to a shoe that's basically a lot of people's number 1 Jordan. This collab was probably the biggest one I've ever heard of two major, this is going to give it away, but one rapper and one major brand collaborating with Jordan, coming in a low top and high top. I'm concluding them together, sorry. But I'd say this shoe is actually really cool. There's a little bit of things that I like more. I'm trying to stay away from the hype beast. I'm trying to stay a little bit away from the hype beast Tommy's reviews on shoes and staying on the one that loves all these colors and just, you know, not listening to everybody else before it hyped up and got to this astronomical price of like what, $1,000 and 1.6k AUD again. But this shoe, if you haven't guessed, is a Travis Scott Fragment Jordan 1 high and low. I personally don't really like the high. It kind of looks too much so plain with the blue and black. There's not really anything standing out. Like, it just looks too cartoonish, you know. It doesn't really look too standing out much. I know it looks good, but the colors just stay the same each panel. But I'd say with the Fragment low, like there's so many different colors. Like you see, it's all creamy and black and white and blue on the outside, but when you go on the inside, the tick's all black. And I know what I just said about the University 4, but I'd say for this shoe, this is just so clean, you know. I love a cream laces. I kept looking at it one time because I'm saying, is this my number 1? Is it? Where can I put it? But I would say this shoe is just a great shoe. I know it's a lot of people's number 1s, and I know a lot of people actually really like it, and I just couldn't stay away from a nice Jordan 1 low with a lot of different character to it. And like, love Travis. I didn't really hear a Fragment before this, but I reckon this is a really good shoe. I can see it just going up. So, alright, so now we're in the top 3. Alright, so another one I'm very proud and thankful to say I have in here, my newest pickup. Yeezy 350 Beluga Reflective. But the cool thing is I actually took a video of these at the store, as you'll see right now. But little did I know, they're right here now. So perfect. So the reason why I like these so much, and the reason why I reckon they are on my top 3, is because for me, I've wanted these since I was 11 years old. I reckon a Yeezy's a Yeezy. You can't get any better than Yeezy. The boost and comfortability in here is on the next level. You went on the escalator, you're up to the 2nd level now. There ain't no Ultra Boost quality, it's Mega Boost quality, as I said in my review in here. I reckon the colorway is just nice and clean, really matches with everything. If not the orange bit, not too much, but it kind of pops out your outfit a bit. Like you wear an orange top, orange hat. They're twins basically. They're born for each other. But I just reckon these shoes are such a great shoe. I really like how they did a retro basically, if you want to call it that, how they put in reflectives. And another thing, I'm a massive reflective guy. I love reflectives, man. Reflectives are the best thing on a shoe, I reckon, other than the quality and comfort. But they added a Yeezy I wanted when I was 11 years old. I'm 16 now if you didn't know. But they added a reflective to the Yeezy I wanted back then. So I am so pleased they made this shoe. So it's an instant 3. quality shoe. I see them going up in price, and I'm just so thankful for these. And I definitely think these deserve my top 3 spot. Gee, what the... Man, you guys are far away today. But alright, for number 2, this shoe deserves a spot in anyone's decision. Now, what do you guys think? Tom, are you a TikTok girl? No, I'm not a TikTok girl. I'm a TikTok boy. So the reason why this gets my number 2 is because it's really hyped. A lot of people like this, but that's not really the reason. I really do actually like these. It goes with a lot of things. The quality, it's not great, but it's still alright. The price for these, the price, way too much. Still, this shoe deserves my number 2 because of the colours. The Collingwood Magpies for the AFL matches right here. If you didn't know already, the Panda Dunks. Yeah, so I've never really been into like skater shoes or like flat top shoes, you know, like sneakers, basically that much. But this shoe, once I saw the hype go up, I started to go, you know what, these actually aren't that bad. Like, it was kind of like I discovered them after I saw people wearing them. Like, you know what, these actually aren't that bad now. So ever since I've been wanting a pair, I reckon they just look so good, and I really love the tongue and just how everything matches really good together. It's like when you colour in a sheet and it's fully done, all nice. So proud of it. You know, it feels like that's the shoe. I reckon this shoe is just such a nice shoe that I cannot wait to add this to my collection. On to the best of 2021. 2021 sneaker. Alright, so remember how I was talking about the University Blue, how it came in a twin pack kinda? How they kind of came out and felt like a twin pack of Twix or Kit Kat. So this shoe is just such a nice shoe. Some people call it the Broke Man Travis Scott Jordan 4. Let's just say it's a brown shoe. Looks like a Travis Scott Jordan 1 if it's onto a Jordan 4. The materials I like. I reckon it looks good. The Volt Red on this really pops out. I reckon it would suit me perfectly. I reckon it would look nice as. I reckon it would be good just to have it on the shelf, display everything. It's my number 1. I reckon the brown just hits different with the red, with the white, with the whole model shoe. I reckon the materials they use, the cracking, looks cool. It's cool, except when it actually comes off. But I reckon overall, this shoe, the Jordan 4 2 pairs, is my number 1. This shoe, you just can't not love this shoe. If this shoe was Travis Scott, this shoe you wouldn't even think of getting, because it'd already be at like a house price. It'd already be at like 1.5k or something. This shoe is such a nice shoe, goes with everything, comfortable with a Jordan 4. How can you not like a Jordan 4? It looks so nice. Everything on here just looks really good. Basically, I'm expecting for a Cactus just to be beside it and Travis Scott to be sneakily having a collab with Nike with this. I reckon the price on this is perfect. Still expensive for it though, but I reckon everybody loves this because of the Travis Scott vibes to it. This shoe will be in the collection by this time next year, I hope. This shoe, I just can't pass up a Jordan 4 like this. Once a Jordan 4, once I decide to get a Jordan 4, this will be the one. This is my favorite Jordan 4 of all time. That's why it's at my number 1. And I reckon this toupee will be perfect for me and the style that I choose to be with. Alright, the moment you've been waiting for. Try to keep this quick so you're not bored. If you can please guess. I keep looking at the shoe in my room on display and it just looks really good. I reckon it looks really nice and solid. Basically goes with everything that I wear, not with other people, but you know me, I try to dress colourful. Speaking of the person with a black top on right now. Tommy's reviews on shoes, 2021 sneaker of the year. Here you go. The Jordan 1 Volt Gold. The Jordan 1 Volt Gold right here. You can't ask for anything else. From the 2 colors that just go perfect to the different materials used. I reckon the backward tongue is just the only thing. I'd love to switch it around. See, they even simple colors here. The black and white, cream midsole, black. So it doesn't look dirty once you wear it. And just the inside, the little, I don't know what you'd call this, but the cool material back here. It's the shoe for me, the shoe that I love. And I reckon this really suits my style. Yellow is my favorite color. Yellow is my favorite color, and I love Volt things. Shoe is my sneaker of the year because I reckon it suits me because of the colors. I reckon because it's simple as well, and because it's my first Jordan 1, but not just because of that. I reckon it just goes with everything that I wear. So why I like it so much is because Kiana got it for me. Thank you very much, Kiana. Very nice of you for this. Really appreciate you, and it's just a shoe that'll be with me till the day I die for all my life. And by then this shoe will probably be falling apart and everything because I'm going to wear these to the ground. We're also keeping it nice and clean. But that will basically wrap up the 2021 sneaker of the year, Jordan 1 Volt Gold. Looking forward to the 2022. Those Jordan 4s out there not looking too bad for the number 1 spot. They might try to take the spot off these. Thanks so much for watching. I want to hear what your number 1 is. I love to hear it. I love to hear what people like, and I love to hear what people say about my number 1 as well. So if you want to drop that, drop whatever you want. I always love to get interactive with you guys. Me and Pickle are about done here. Hope I helped you guys. Hope I entertained you. I know it's a bit longer. I said I'd only go for 10. Went a little bit longer. But I really appreciate you guys. Let's get to 1K before the end of the year. Even maybe for my birthday, April 21st. Thank you guys so much for everything you do for me. Subscribing, liking, commenting. Thanks so much. Appreciate you guys so much. I hope I made today a little bit less boring. A little bit more entertained. That's it for me and Pickle. See you later.